I was just checking my loose change, and then I found this. A simple wheat penny, a Jefferson nickel, and a Washington quarter. But what I discovered next shocked me, because their value could be over $300,000. Let me show you. Before you spend another coin, before you toss that old penny into a jar, you need to see this. Because somewhere in America right now, someone is holding 3 ordinary-looking coins, a wheat penny, a Jefferson nickel, and a Washington quarter, and they have absolutely no idea what they're worth. These are not fantasy coins. These are not museum pieces locked behind glass. These are real US mint coins that have shocked auction houses and stunned collectors. And today, on US MintX, we uncover hidden wealth buried in plain sight. One of these coins has triggered bidding wars. One has quietly climbed in demand year after year, and one might already be sitting in someone's pocket change. But here's the twist. The value is not what most people think. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will never look at your loose change the same way again. This is US MintX, and we expose treasure the world ignores. Now let's begin with coin number 1. Coin number 1. When most people see a 1,946 penny, they see copper. Collectors see history, and serious auction buyers, they see opportunity. The year is 1946. America is stepping out of World War II. Soldiers are returning home. Industry is shifting from wartime production back to civilian life. The United States Mint is striking coins for a nation rebuilding itself. And among millions of pennies produced that year, certain examples quietly stood apart. At first glance, the 1,946 wheat penny without a mint mark seems ordinary. But that small detail, no mint mark, tells us it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Philadelphia produced massive quantities that year, yet condition, strike quality, and preservation now separate common coins from serious collector targets. Let's talk design. On the Obverse, we see Abraham Lincoln's profile, designed by Victor David Brenner. His portrait faces right, calm and dignified. Above him, "In God we trust." To the right, "Liberty." And beneath the date, 1946, no mint mark below the date confirms Philadelphia origin. Flip the coin, and the reverse displays the iconic twin wheat stalks, framing the words 1 cent and United States of America. This wheat reverse ran from 1,909 to 1,958, making it one of the most beloved US coin designs ever produced. Now let's go deeper. This coin is composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. Its weight is 3.11 grams. The diameter measures 19.05 millimeters. Thickness, approximately 1.52 millimeters. The edge is plain. Simple specifications, yet historic metal from a turning point in American history. But here's where things become interesting. You described gray and brown spotting with almost very fine condition. In numismatic grading, very fine means moderate wear on Lincoln's cheek and jaw, but strong detail remains in the hair and wheat lines. Letters are bold. The overall structure is intact. Most people ignore toned or spotted coins. But natural aging patterns, when original and undisturbed, can actually prove authenticity. Advanced collectors often prefer untouched surfaces over harshly cleaned coins. Cleaning destroys value. Originality builds demand. Now let's talk rarity the right way. A standard 1,946 Philadelphia wheat penny is not rare in low grade. However, the market dramatically changes depending on exceptional preservation, rare die varieties, off-center strikes, double dies, or ultra-high, mint-state survivors. Here's what most people don't realize. While millions were struck, only a small fraction survive today in premium collectible condition with strong eye appeal and no damage. That's where auction competition begins. Collector demand for wheat pennies remains powerful in the United States. Lincoln cent collecting is one of the largest hobby markets in America. Entire generations build complete date and mint sets. Every serious collector needs a 1946 example. Demand stays steady. Interest never disappears. Now let's address market value carefully and truthfully. In almost very fine condition, a standard 1946 Philadelphia wheat penny typically trades between $0.10 and $1 in today's retail coin market. Even in higher mint state grades, most examples range from $10 to around $50, depending on certification and eye appeal. Exceptionally graded red, uncirculated examples graded MS67 by PCGS have reached several $1,000s at auction, but not hundreds of thousands. So, if someone claims a regular 1946 no mint penny in very fine condition is worth $494,000, that would require an extraordinary mint error, a one-of-a-kind die variety, or a major misattribution. And this is important for your channel's credibility. US. Collectors research prices instantly. Accuracy builds trust. Trust builds subscribers. Subscribers build long-term success. However, and this is powerful, the Wheat Penny series as a whole has produced coins that sold for over $1 million, such as the 1943 bronze cent. That proves something important. Never assume a penny is worthless without checking. So here is the real treasure message for your audience. The hidden wealth is not in every 1946 penny. The hidden wealth is in knowledge, in knowing what varieties to look for, in understanding grading, in recognizing original surfaces, in spotting rare mint errors. For collectors, the smart move is this: never clean your coins. Store them in acid-free holders. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling in lettering. Compare weight if you suspect composition errors. And if something looks unusual, consult a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. The 1946 wheat penny represents opportunity, history, and the foundation of American coin collecting. It may not automatically make someone wealthy overnight, but within the right context, in the right grade, with the right rarity factor, wheat pennies have shocked the market before. And that is why people must look twice before ignoring their change. This is just coin number one. And if you think this was interesting, wait until you see what happens when we move to the Jefferson Nickel, because that coin changes the intensity. Stay with me. And remember, US MintX brings fresh updates every single day, uncovering real coin values, real auction stories, and real collector demand across America. Next up, at first glance, it looks like nothing special. A 5-cent coin, dated 2000th, with a small P mint mark. Most people would spend it without hesitation. But what if I told you that some modern coins, the ones people ignore the most, are the ones quietly building collector demand in the background? This is coin number 2 on US MintX, the 2000p Monticello Jefferson Nickel. And today, we're going deeper than anyone expects. The year 2000 was more than just another year. It was the beginning of a new millennium. America was entering a digital age. Y2K fears had just passed, and the United States Mint was producing coins that would circulate through a brand new century. Among them was this Jefferson Nickel struck at the Philadelphia Mint, identified by the small P mint mark, located to the right of Jefferson's portrait. Let's slow down and really study this coin. On the obverse, we see the left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, designed by Felix Schlag in 1938. His expression is calm, intellectual, presidential. Around him The inscriptions read, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty," followed by the year 2000. Flip it over. The reverse features Jefferson's historic Virginia estate, Monticello. Clean lines. Balanced architecture. The inscriptions, "E pluribus unum," United States of America, and 5 cents frame the building with structured symmetry. This design ran from 1938 until the major redesign in 2004, meaning the 2000 issue represents one of the final years of the original classic Monticello reverse before the Westward Journey series changed everything. Now let's talk composition. The 2000p Jefferson nickel is made of 75% copper and 25% nickel. That metallic blend gives it a silvery gray appearance with durability for heavy circulation. The weight is 5.00 grams. The diameter measures 21.21 millimeters. Thickness is approximately 1.95 millimeters. The edge is smooth, no reeds. Simple measurements, but powerful precision. Now here's where your described coin becomes interesting. You mentioned gray, black and brown shades in uncirculated condition. Uncirculated means no wear from circulation. The coin retains its original mint luster, that cartwheel shine that rotates under light. Toning, when natural, can develop into gray or darker shades depending on storage conditions. Some collectors actually seek attractive toning because it creates uniqueness. However, toning must be natural and not artificial. In the US, coin market, originality always wins. Now let's address rarity carefully. Over 900 million Jefferson nickels were struck at Philadelphia in 2000. That means, in circulated condition, they are extremely common. But here is the critical distinction. Modern coins in true pristine condition, graded MS67, MS68, or higher by professional services, become dramatically scarcer. Most coins struck are bag-marked, scratched, or mishandled. Very few survive in ultra-gem condition with flawless surfaces and blazing luster. And that's where serious collectors begin to pay attention. Registry set collectors compete aggressively for the highest graded examples of every year and mint mark. In that environment, even a common date can command surprising premiums, but only at the very top certified grades. Now let's reveal the real market value. A typical 2000p Jefferson nickel in uncirculated condition usually trades between $0.25 and $5 depending on eye appeal. Even certified high-grade examples typically range from $20 to a few $100 depending on grade. Only extremely rare error coins, such as dramatic off-center strikes, double dies, or wrong plaché errors, could reach higher four-figure levels. There are no verified auction records showing a regular 2000p nickel selling anywhere near $265,000. And this is important for your viewers to understand. The hidden treasure is not automatically in the date alone. The hidden treasure is in errors, in condition rarity, in professional grading, in knowing what separates a pocket coin from a registry quality coin. That knowledge is what transforms 5 cents into something collectors compete for. Collector demand for Jefferson nickels remains steady in the United States. Full-step examples, where the steps of Monticello are sharply defined, are especially desirable. If your coin shows 5 or 6 fully separated steps without interruption, that significantly increases interest. This is where viewers should look closely. Tilt the coin under strong light. Examine Monticello's steps with magnification. Check for doubling in lettering. Inspect for strike weakness. Never clean the coin. Cleaning destroys surface integrity and reduces grading potential instantly. If your nickel appears flawless, consider submitting it to PCGS or NGC for grading. A certified high-grade coin gains legitimacy, protection, and market trust. Now here is the emotional truth your audience needs to hear. Millions of modern coins are ignored, thrown in jars, dropped in drawers, lost in couch cushions. But among them, a tiny percentage survive in exceptional condition, and those are the coins advanced collectors quietly search for. The 2000p Jefferson Nickel may look ordinary, but in elite condition, with strong eye appeal, it becomes part of competitive US Registry collecting, a serious and respected segment of the hobby. Is it automatically a six-figure coin? No. Is it worthless? Absolutely not. It is a modern piece of American history that could hold premium potential depending on condition and rarity factors. And that's the real treasure mindset. Before you dismiss a coin, understand it. Before you spend it, examine it. Before you clean it, protect it. Because coin collecting in America is not about hype. It's about knowledge, condition, and demand. And on US MintX, we uncover that knowledge every single day with fresh updates for serious and curious collectors alike. Now, if you think a modern nickel can't surprise you, wait until we move to coin number 3, because the Washington quarter changes the scale entirely. Next up, the camera tightens in. A quarter, dull gray, black spots, surface scrapes. It looks old, forgotten, almost neglected. Most people would toss it into a drawer without a second thought. But this coin carries the year 1942, and 1942 was not an ordinary year in American history. This is coin number 3 on US MintX, the 1942 Washington quarter without a mint mark. Before we talk value, before we talk rarity, let's talk about the moment this coin was born. It was struck during World War II. America had just entered the war after Pearl Harbor. Factories were shifting to wartime production. Metal was critical. Resources were strategic. The nation was focused on survival, unity, and industrial power. And yet, even in the middle of global conflict, the United States Mint continued striking silver coinage for circulation. This quarter came from the Philadelphia Mint, identified by the absence of a mint mark. In 1942, Philadelphia struck over 100 million quarters. At first glance, that sounds common, but survival in high quality is another story. Let's slow down and examine the design. On the Obverse, we see George Washington facing left. The portrait was designed by John Flanagan and introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth. Above his head, Liberty. Below the neck truncation, the date, 1942, and across the lower field, In God We Trust. Flip the coin. The reverse displays a powerful American eagle with wings spread wide, perched on a bundle of arrows symbolizing strength and military readiness. Beneath the arrows are olive branches representing peace. Around the rim, United States of America and quarter dollar. This is classic American symbolism, strength balanced with peace, struck during one of the most intense periods in U.S. history. Now let's talk composition. The 1942 Washington quarter is made of 90% silver and 10% copper. That means it is real silver, not clad, not plated, not modern alloy. The weight is 6.25 grams. The diameter measures 24.3 millimeters. Thickness is approximately 1.75 millimeters. The edge is reeded. Those ridges were originally designed to prevent silver shaving. When you hold this coin, you are holding wartime silver. Now you described gray and black spots, scrapes, almost dirty and old condition. That tells us the coin has circulated heavily. The black and gray toning may result from natural silver oxidation over decades. Silver reacts with sulfur in the air, creating darker surfaces. That aging process is completely natural. However, surface scrapes and heavy wear reduce collectible grade. In circulated condition, such as very good, fine, or even very fine, the coin will show flattening in Washington's hair, weakness in the eagle's feathers, and rim wear. And here is where many viewers misunderstand rarity. High mintage does not equal high survival in premium grade. Millions circulated through wartime America. They were spent in grocery stores, gas stations, train stations. Many were melted decades later when silver prices rose in the 1960s and 1980s. So while 1942 quarters are not rare in low grades, high-grade uncirculated examples with sharp strike and original luster become much scarcer. Now we arrive at the most important moment, the real market value. A typical 1942 Philadelphia Washington quarter, in circulated condition, generally trades between $6 and $15, largely based on its silver content and condition. In uncirculated certified grades, values can range from around $40 to several $100s depending on quality. Exceptionally graded gem examples may reach into the low thousands at major auctions. There are no verified records of a standard 1942 no-mint mark Washington quarter selling for $345,000. For a quarter to reach six figures, it would need to be an extreme mint error, a unique transitional composition, or a one-of-a-kind discovery confirmed by top grading authorities. And this honesty is powerful, because real collectors respect truth. Now here's the emotional perspective your audience needs. This coin is not a fantasy jackpot. It is something deeper. It is a surviving piece of wartime America. A silver coin that may have passed through the hands of citizens during one of the most defining years in US history. That kind of historical weight is real treasure. Collector demand for pre-1965 silver quarters remains strong in the United States. Many collectors build complete Washington quarter sets from 1932 to 1964. Every set requires a 1942 Philadelphia example. And here is where opportunity lives. Condition, originality, certification. If someone finds a 1942 quarter with minimal wear, strong strike detail in the eagle's breast feathers, and attractive natural toning, that coin deserves closer inspection. Tips for collectors are critical here. Never clean silver coins. Cleaning removes patina and slashes value instantly. Store coins in proper holders. Use magnification to inspect for doubling or unusual die characteristics. Weigh the coin to confirm correct silver weight. If it appears unusually sharp or unique, consider professional grading through PCGS or NGC, because sometimes the surprise is not in the obvious. Sometimes it's in the details. The 1942 Washington quarter reminds us of something powerful. Not every old coin is a fortune, but every old coin has a story. And occasionally, within those stories, rare varieties emerge that surprise the entire market. That's why you never ignore history. You examine it. You learn it. You respect it. And that is what US MintX is about. Fresh updates every single day. Real coin history. Real collector demand. Real market values. No myths, just knowledge that protects you and strengthens your collecting journey. We covered the wheat penny. We explored the Jefferson Nickel. We revealed the Washington quarter. 3 coins, 3 different eras. One powerful lesson. Treasure is not just in price. Treasure is in understanding what others overlook. And if you want to stay ahead of the market, subscribe to US MintX, because tomorrow we uncover another coin hiding in plain sight.